guys, we're back, and today I'm going to show you how to do Hello Kitty cake pops. I have a Hello Kitty cake, and so I thought, why not show you guys how to do the cake pop. So, what we're going to do is start out, of course, with clean hands. We're going to form our cake balls into oval-shaped cake balls, kind of the way Hello Kitty's head would look. Okay, and then we're just going to dip our stick. Now first, real quickly, I want to tell you that I do have a recipe for cake balls, cake pops on my channel, so of course you want to go check that out. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to melt our chocolate. We're going to shape our cake balls into oval shaped balls. We're going to dip the stick into the melted chocolate. We do not want the chocolate hot. We're just going to dip it about as far in as the stick is going to go into the cake pop. And then we are going to let it set. And you can buy stands for your cake pops. I didn't have a stand, so I use little paper cups. They work just as well. Okay. So again, we are just going to take our stick, dip it into the chocolate, only about as far in as, again, it's going to go. And then you're going to take the bottom and you're going to press the stick into the bottom where it's been sitting. It's a little bit flatter than the top. And we want Hello Kitty's head to be rounded. And you're just going to let that sit up for a minute. We don't want it to drip. Just going to remove a little bit of it. And you just kind of want that to set up a little bit, and it won't take very long. And then when it does, you're just going to place it into your stand or on your in your cup. And you're just going to let that continue to set. Okay? We're going to take our next one and do the same thing. And we're just going to let that sit up for a minute before we flip it upside down. Now, the recipe that I have on my channel for cake pops is really good, and I would suggest that you try it. You're going to see when we make these Hello Kitties a little further along, they're going to hold up really well, and when you bite into them, they're fluffy like cake and not all hard and gross like icing. So again, just let that set up for just a few minutes, and then place it into your holder. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and just set these aside for a minute. We're going to continue on. What you're going to need at this point is some chocolate chips, okay? And I'm just going to take one of these. And I'm going to take my toothpick. Make sure that your workspace is clean so that if you do have an accident, it's not a big deal. Alright, so we're going to start on this one here, and I'm just going to take a chocolate chip, and preferably you want to use white, but I couldn't find white chocolate chips, so I'm just going to use a milk chocolate chip for her ears. And you're just going to attach that chocolate chip with a little bit of the white chocolate to hold it in place. Okay? And you're going to do that, of course, with two, because she has two ears. And you can kind of position that as you need to, but I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring it a little bit closer for you. See, we just position those on. You want the curl toward the back, the curl of the chocolate chip. You can see that curl. You want that toward the back of the head. So I'm going to finish those up. And then I will bring you guys right back. Okay, so once that's done, you're just going to let those ears set up for just a moment. Once that's done, you want to wash your hands again because you don't want to get your cake pop stick dirty. It's nothing worse than a dirty stick, okay? So anyway, get him ready, and then we're just going to dip him straight down into the chocolate. You want to make sure it all gets covered. Don't get antsy, keep going. You want to keep this as smooth as possible. All the way. And then you're just going to pull up. And you're going to just slightly tap that chocolate. Okay? And you're just going to wait and be patient. And let all that excess drip off. Okay? And then when she's all dipped, we're just going to place her back in our holder and put her in the refrigerator, and we'll come back and I'll show you what they look like. Guys, so the next step is her bow. And I just took red fondant, I rolled it into a circle, and I two about the same size, and I pressed them flat. You can see those there. Oops, no you can't. So 2 little red balls of fondant rolled into a ball, pressed flat. You want them about the same size, and then you're going to roll another ball even tinier, and that's going to be the center of her bow, okay? And I go ahead and make these first and just kind of push them together so that they stay on, or so that the bow actually connects together. But just for the sake of showing you here, I'm going to attach one to one side of her ear. Now, another little trick to make this a lot easier that I've seen online is you can use confetti hearts. I couldn't find confetti hearts. It's not February, and I had a difficult time finding red ones. So that's why I am making my own. You guys know that I like to use what I have. So there's the second one. And then we're just going to take the little ball, and I'm just going to touch it right there. And I am going to attach that little ball. Whoop. Got a little piece of chocolate. You want to make sure that your hands are clean when you're doing this. Presentation is everything. And there's her little bow. So, I'm going to finish these up. We're going to come back and continue on. We'll be back. Alright, so her nose. I may do this backward on camera. I don't even know if I showed you this. You roll the fondant, little yellow balls, push them or shape them into ovals. Take a little bit of the icing or the melted chocolate, attach it to her face, and then put on her nose. And the only reason I say to do it that way is because it's a whole lot easier. And don't freak out if you get a little bit messed up. You can see right there, it looks like she's got a zit on her nose. But we can fix that. Just a little toothpick, and all we're going to do is wipe it away. So we have her bow and her nose. And I may do those backward on the video, so don't freak out. But we got those, and we're going to move on to her eyes and whiskers, and we're done. We'll be right back. Okay guys, so now time for her eyes. We take a little bit of black food coloring, and we mix that with a little bit of cream of tartar. And then we're just going to take, and we are going to draw on her eyes. Okay, and I'm going to do that again. We'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so there she is. We painted on her eyes and her whiskers with black food coloring and a little bit of cream of tartar. She has set up and she's done. I mean, you can see how absolutely adorable she is. I would suggest using the white chocolate chips if you're going to make her, only because you can see a little bit of brown poking through, but it's not a big deal. I just wanted to do a tutorial to show you guys. Make sure also when you make her face that you have a template available. I didn't use one. I kind of figured I knew what she looked like, but you want to go ahead and make sure that you have a template. It's always best to be safe than sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed her. She was really fun to do, and I'm going to get into some more cake pops as well. I did definitely eat one of her, and the cake was delicious. It was nice and fluffy, and it was moist. It was delicious. So give it a try. Again, I do have the cake pops recipe on my channel as well, so search that. And as always guys, I appreciate you watching. Give me a thumbs up and share me with your friends on Facebook and on Twitter. And as always, thanks so much for watching.